Hey, how's it going? I'm Adam and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about a film stock that I don't really shoot, but it does hold a special place in my heart. Kodak Ektar 100. Many years ago, back when I first went to a pawn shop, I picked up my first ever film camera. Then I went to a camera store and got my first 35mm roll. Ektar. Now, I knew nothing about film stocks back then, so I asked the worker if he could help a noob out, and that's how I ended up with it. Today I realized that he was probably just trying to sell me the most expensive product that he had, and I was a sucker. My first impressions were meh at best, but I was shooting with a $30 camera at the time, and I could barely focus or properly use a light meter, so I may not have used it to its full potential. Now that I'm older and wider, I figured for today's video, why not give it a fair shake? No, not like that. Anywho, it's time to test this bad boy out. And just like any film photography channel, I first got coffee. I brought with me the Yashica Mat 124G, cause lately square format is starting to grow on me. Alright, so it's kind of harsh midday lighting, so I'm gonna avoid doing some landscape shots. I'm actually gonna wait until it dies down. So I'm gonna focus on doing some macro shots, more of a detailed photography, because I actually picked up a Rolei close-up lens, so I want to test it out on these flowers. It sure is saturated and contrasty. Plus, these photos are giving me Tyler the Creator Flower Boy vibes. Alright, so this could actually be a cool shot. It's showing me f11, 1/60th of a second. Hope it turns out. What is Ektar meant for? I think Billie Eilish made a song about it. Ektar is a part of Kodak's professional lineup that was introduced in 2008, claiming to be the finest grain color negative film in the market. Bold claim, having higher saturation, vivid colors, and higher contrast, making it perfect for landscape photography. Now, the film community is a bit divided when it comes to Ektar. They either love it as if it were their beloved Leica M6, or hate it with extremely vivid and saturated passion. Apparently, the most common complaint is that you should avoid doing portraits with it. It could give off this reddish pinkish hue on lighter skin tones. Now, that may be true, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad film stock just because it's designed for one style of photography and not an all-arounder, unlike Lomo Purple. Alright, so one thing that annoys me about TLR is it's more of a waist level viewfinder than an eye level. Plus you're looking with the bottom lens and not top, so you have to pick it up even more. And I honestly wish I had an eye level viewfinder right now. Avoid high contrast scenes. The exposure latitude isn't the most forgiving. One thing that I did notice about this film is that the color green and blue are really great and the color red is really vivid. For example, the colors in this image are just amazing in my opinion. Not the composition, cause yikes, but the colors are great. Now, there are some caveats with this film, like if you have a high contrast scene, the underexposed areas can go magenta. And sometimes the red tones can dominate the image. For those who don't want to waste their life away in Lightroom, I get it, then you might want to avoid high contrast scenes. Also, this film stock gives you mid to high contrast, so if you want to have that airy feeling to your photo, this may not be for you. Alright, so it's like over 90 degrees, harsh midday lighting. So I think I'm probably gonna head back to the town because I am sweating. Yeah. This photo is terrible. It isn't pleasing to the eye, not sure what the subject is, and the angle is too low. But this isn't half bad. Anyway, it was time to hide from the sun before putting in another roll, cause I was afraid if I loaded it outside, it might burst into flames. At the moment, I felt that the first roll wasn't my best work. No boy was I right. So I was motivated to have this one portfolio worthy. Well, this isn't a part of Kodak's professional lineup for no reason. The grain is almost non-existent and it's extremely sharp. It seems that the bold claims that Kodak claims seems to be true. I actually know some photographers who are not a fan of this film stock because of this reason. With the barely visible grain, it's just too clean for them, and it even resembles the D word, digital. Now, to be honest, I'm not sure if I agree with them. For an image to have that analog feeling, it doesn't need to be grainier than Phoenix 200 or softer than the images out of a Hoga. But to each their own. This film stock definitely gives you high quality, and it is something that you take for jobs. Here's where I took the last photo of the day, and I gotta say, it's my favorite. The composition is great, the two ladies chilling on the bench, and thanks to the red tones that this film stock gives, the background is amazing. I also love that the lady is aware and is looking straight at the lens. It adds some emotion to the image. And that's the end of the rolls and the video. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. So, my final thoughts on Ektar 100. Besides the price, I am definitely a fan. True, it's not an all-arounder like Portra or 250D, but it doesn't mean that it's a bad film stock. I can't imagine a better film to capture landscapes or a vivid scene. It's sharp, and I definitely would take it for some paying jobs. Now, for my personal style of photography, I would definitely take away some of the contrast and vibrance in Lightroom. Me personally, I like a flat profile and not have anything pop in the image, but overall have a well-balanced scene, if that makes any sense. Other than that, the magentas can be annoying, but it could be fixed. It just requires a little bit of work, which is the only type of work I'm willing to do. And finally, avoid high contrast scenes. The exposure latitude on this film isn't so forgiving. Anyway, Ektar is available in 35, 120, and I think large format, and it costs around a studio apartment. So yeah, like, subscribe, do all that jazz. Take care.